Hello everyone. The program I'm going to be using is Advanced Poker Training. I've been with them for quite a few years, since 2013, and they have helped my game quite a bit. They have 10 different levels of toughness. We're going to pick KGB, which is their toughest. We're going to play 2-5. And let's start with the maximum, which is 750. Let's see, 750, 750. And I'm going to play all positions, and I'm going to play all types of hands. If you practice on your own, you can pick a particular position to play. Let's say you're having problems with a small blind, big blind, or what have you. You can just play one position and get a lot of practice. And then if you're just practicing, you may want to just play playable hands or raising hands. I like to play all kinds of hands. This way you can see what cards I play in which position. So let's get started. Raise and re-raise, that's an obvious fold. Obvious fold. Fold. That's a fold. Fold. Obvious fold. Raise and re-raise, that's a fold. Fold. Okay, I got a nice suited connectors and I'm at the button. So I'm going to go ahead and call, and hopefully I get a nice flop. 22. I got two cards, 9 and over. So that must have hit the person under the gun pretty good. So I'm going to just call. He checks. I'm going to put the bet in. And we pick it up. Fold. Fold. Okay, I am last to act. Usually I don't call a raise with just King Jack. With King Jack, you either win a small amount or lose a lot. So I'm just going to call. 16, I got a player behind me, and she's betting into two people. So I'm going to just call. Okay, and we got 3 bets. There's no flush draw. So I am gonna just go all in and see what happens. Okay, 7-9. She was just bluffing. 15. I hit to call raises out of position. So I'm gonna 3-bet. That's an awesome flop for 7s. No overcards. So I'm going to make a C-bet. fold, fold, obvious fold. Under the gun +1, I play extremely tight. I play maybe a dozen hands at the very most. He can have it. Okay. Here Mo is in a steal position. Ace 8 suited is a pretty decent hand to re-raise out of position. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and make a continuation bet. I like to play ace 4 and ace 5 from all positions. And whenever I'm the first in, I'd like to go in with a raise. I never limp in. So let's put in 15. Okay, we need to put 28 in. There's already 65 in there. And I might get a nice flop because I can get a top flush and also straight. So I'm going to call his re-raise. Horrible flop. Okay. He can have it. This is not too bad for a small position. I'm going to put a raise in. I didn't flop hardly anything, just a gut shot or, let me see, yeah, just a gut shot. So I'm going to put a c-bet in. That's a fold, fold, fold. That's a fold. Fold, 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 obvious fold. Okay, there's 20 in there, and I only have to put in 8. And King 5, it's a reasonably good hand, so I'm gonna call. A horrible flop. He can have it. Oh boy, aces. That's a fold. That's a fold. Easy fold. 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 And that's a fold. Very often I see players play all kinds of junk in a small and big blind because of the pot odds. You got to keep in mind, if you have junk and you're in big blind, you still have a junk. So no matter what kind of pot odds you're getting, you got to keep in mind you're going to lose. So if you don't have good cards, it's best to fold. That's a fold. Oh, that's worth 15 bucks. See, I'm in the last two positions. That's why I raised. Not a bad plop. 3, 4, 5. Not too bad. He probably doesn't have anything, and I got an open ender plus 2 overs. And being that he just called or she just called, I know she doesn't have ace king, ace queen, ace 10 suited or better, or pocket tens or better. So I'm going to make a C bet. That's a fold. Obvious raise. And I got 3 bet. He's on the button. Okay, let's look at his stats. He plays 21% of his hands, and he raises 16. That's very tight. Aggression factor 3.6. And he c-bets 89% of the time. That's quite a bit, because on average, you hit the flop 32% of the time. That means he is bluffing 57% of the time. So he's kind of on the bluffier side. However, he only 3-bets 8%. I'm going to go ahead and 4-bet. By the way, these numbers, you should have roughly the same numbers on the players you're playing. When you sit down to play, you cannot be texting, checking emails. You got to watch and see how players are playing and see what kind of cards they are showing down at the end. And you also need to make notes on all the players that regularly play. Okay, let's see. We picked it up, which is good. Raise and re-raise. This is a good time for a 4-bet. Yep. And that's a beautiful flop. If he had aces, kings, he would have 5 with us. So I'm pretty sure we're either ahead or we have same cards. Unless he flopped a set or he has a quad. Or no, he can't have a set. He may have a quad, but that's very unlikely. So I'm going to just put a small bet in. Ace, queen. Okay. Nine, 10 under the gun, no good. He can have it. Not good. Easy fold. Easy fold. Easy fold. Easy fold. Easy fold. Okay. Ace jack suited against her range We are probably ahead, so I'm going to 3-bet. Fold, 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 fold. Well, that was no fun. Fold, fold, easy fold, fold. Aces, that's worth $15. And I am going to 4-bet. Oh boy, that's not the best flop, but I'm going to go ahead and make a C-bet. What kind of cards is she calling with? A flush, very unlikely. Maybe she has ace, queen. I'm going to make another bet. If she had a flush, she would have raised me by now. She would have been afraid another club was going to show up. So she doesn't have a flush. So I'm going to make another bet. Okay. Fold. Fold. And that's worth $15. Okay. He is Steve, by the way. He's one of the owners. Great guy. I have talked to him or emailed back and forth a few times with him, and he's a pretty good guy. Okay, he is dunking $16. If he had a 7, he might be leading with even a 7, being afraid of a flush draw. But I'm going to re-raise him. Okay. Yeah, most players don't dunk with really good hands. Okay. Raise under the gun. Re-raise. Ace Jack suited. No good. Fold. That's a fold. That's a fold. Fold. And that's a fold. And that's a fold. 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 That's a fold. That's a fold. That's a fold. Ace Queen is a very strong hand against his range of hands that he would be raising. So I'm going to re-raise. I hate to be playing out of position without having the lead. Okay. And that's a pretty decent flop. I could very well have a king, being that I 3-bet him. So let's find out where we're at. Okay. fold. That's a fold. Ace king suited, obvious 3-bet. Raise and re-raise, that's a fold. Fold. That's a fold. That's a fold. That's a fold. Okay, let's see how we did. At the end, you can press the X and you get a report card, just like when you go to school. Okay, we played 100 hands. Enough hands for meaningful results? Yes. Random hands? Yes. Overall session winnings, 1134. Not bad. Number of times you bet or raised all in, twice. Number of times you called all in, 0. All in luck rating, NA. Pre-flop, 87%. Flop, 97%. Turn, 98. River, I got bad grade, 53. Overall, I did pretty good, 98%. That should do it. Thanks for spending this time with me. See you next time.